Hello, welcome back. I'm actually just gonna pop a little story on Instagram Live right now. Live right now. Pop the link in that. If you've ever been annoyed that you can't copy more than one thing at a time, I actually have an app that copies. You can copy multiple stuff. You have like a clipboard, and I have the YouTube channel. I have the YouTube channel on my clipboard, so I can just paste it in as a link very easily. And you can copy multiple stuff. I have a hashtag copy and paste, or like a hashtag pasted, so I can post quickly. Sorry, not post quickly. Fill out the hashtags on a post quickly. I think the another thing about doing like regular content is that all the reps get you faster at posting the content. You just get better at it, which means you can post more without as much of a mental load. Ooh. Posting on Instagram right now. Live now. Okay. So, yeah, doing the content, I keep a tripod in my toolbox. I can set it up real quick, hit record, and then I actually post it straight after I do it, so I don't have to think about it. With the stories, I always caption the stories. Generally, I think the stat is like 80% of people don't listen, watch, or don't use Instagram with the sound up. So if you're not captioning the story, there's a pretty good chance that you're not, that they're not listening to what you're doing. They might be watching, but they don't know what you're saying. So if you caption it very much, actually, I'd be curious to know if you can message me if you watch stuff with the sound up or not, or whether you just read the captions. Let me know. I would be very interested to know that. I might even put a poll up on my Instagram stories. So captions, I save the story and then post the story that's already captioned. So it saves the video of my story with all the captions as a video I save that video to my photos, and then I can post that quickly to TikTok. What's the other one? TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube Shorts. So I'm less like, I wouldn't say fussy. I'm not really fussy about the Instagram posts, but I'm less pedantic about the TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube posts, and all the content really starts at Instagram. That's the interface that I am most familiar with, probably have the most followers on, and I think plumbers would tend to use that. And I'm sort of realizing that this is really like, my audience is going to be plumbers and tradies, and ideally it will grow into like the general public that would be curious about plumbing stuff. But anyway, irrelevant. So I post from my Instagram what I've saved from my Instagram stories to everything else. And that's sort of the strategy that I've come up with. But I didn't start like that. I started pretty pretty lame stuff on Instagram. I didn't have a TikTok or a YouTube account. I didn't have a Twitter account either. And doing it over and over for as much as possible over the last maybe 6 months or a year, I've kind of like developed, like moved into the position that I am in now, but it was real slow. It was kind of like, yeah, it's slow enough that you don't really realize that it's happening, but you sort of pick little things up here and there that you repeat, and then change it a bit, and then keep doing that, and then change. Like it's a slow, sort of slowly evolved. It's sort of evolved from doing the reps, I guess. And it will continue to evolve, I guess, as well too, as would this YouTube channel. And I haven't updated my stats. So today I actually had the day off from normal work again, but I got a personal job, a 3:30 Stella. So we'll cross over to the stats now to investigate that. I'm going to actually update them right now because I didn't do that before I went live. Here we go. Today is the 22nd of January. (2026). Today was 0 repairs. Yeah, it was kind of a fluke actually. It's sort of weird when I have a day off, I get a phone call, and last 2 days, like today I had off, and not the day before that, but 3 days before I had the day off, it was, I also got another job. So that was kind of bizarre. All right. So one install today, installs to date 15. My YouTube subscriber count actually, let's actually look at this in real time. I had 13 after last night. Oh gosh, I really haven't set anything up here, have I? We are on YouTube. If you haven't noticed, I basically consume pretty much everything. Only thing I consume is like Alex Hormozy stuff. And oh shit, 14 subscribers. All right, guys, thanks for that. Better update that. Stats. Get me onto 14. 2 more. Exciting times. Yeah, I listen to podcasts a lot, and it's basically all Alex Hormozy when it's business related. And his advice is do more. It seems to be working for me. I'm doing a lot more content stuff. And oh, here we go. We got a question. Oh, Katie. Hey, mate. When I flush my toilet and then go to wash my hands, the water pressure is super low. How can I overcome this? Is it only low when after you flush the toilet? Basically, you can just, what I think might be happening is you're flushing your toilet, the water is flushing, like filling up your toilet, so the water's getting used, and it's taking away from the water that you're using when you turn your tap on. So if you want to wait till your toilet's full and then wash your hands, sounds pretty painful. Or you can, maybe your water supply into the place is not turned all the way up. That's possible. Johnny! The orange high vis looked very professional. Yeah, I was kind of feeling the look in that. I'm not sure it, whether it fit better or something. 3 minutes to go back to normal. Same with the shower. Waiting to wash my hands. Shit. I think it might be what I'm talking about. Like you probably have pretty bad flow, and then once you use the toilet, it's like taken all the water. If you got 100% of water flow and 50 goes to the toilet, you only got 50 left for the rest of your taps. That's my guess. You should, maybe your water pressure is not amazing. But yeah, the high vis stuff. Uh, I think I don't know if I'd transition to it or not, or maybe get a better fitting shirt. Because I transitioned from polo to the button up long sleeve blue shirt. Oh, you live in an ancient cottage. Oh, that's right. I remember when Johnny helped you move, mate. Yeah, it might have something to do with that. If you could go out to your water meter out the front and see if it's turned all the way up. Maybe the landlords have done a little sneaky on you and given you low pressure, so you don't use too much of their water. Although are you paying water bills? Who knows? But yeah, I got the long sleeve blue shirt to look more professional because I was wearing polos, and uh, and the orange, I don't know, it just kind of looked good, or maybe it just looked more tradey like or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna dabble with that. That's another iteration for biz. What's gonna get me more business? A blue shirt or a high vis shirt? All right, Johnny. My parents' house has low water pressure in general because the house is on a hill and almost in line with the reservoir in Heathcote. Can my parents get some sort of pump to assist? I'm sure they could. I actually don't know anything about like increasing water pressure with a pump. I've never seen it before, I mean, but it's going to make a difference if you just put like a rainwater pump in the line. It's interesting because if you're on a high, like they call highways because they're high, right? Then and in the olden days they would like make uh, the horse tracks or the horse and cart tracks, whatever, along the ridge lines of the highest point, so they could see where they were going along the way. And pretty sure Engadine, whatever the main road through there is the highest point, right? It's some not a highway, whether it's called a highway or not. I'm not sure, but it is a peak in the terrain. Just gave away your location there, Johnny, or your parents' location. Calling current affair if they're tampering. Hey, current affair love dodgy plumbers, that's for sure. Company I worked for actually got a current affair, but I won't get into that. All right, so philosophy wise today, I was listening to a podcast, a Hormozy podcast, as I was going on about before, and he was talking about credibility, and then I sort of realized that what I'm doing with all the content is building credibility. So whoever's followed me for the last 3 or 4 weeks has seen me do 2 or 3 jobs a day in hot water. They go, okay, that guy's done a few water heater things. That the credibility has been built by just viewing me do that. So if, like the best water heater installer in Sydney has no content. The only credibility he's got is from the people that have seen him physically work, like face to face. So if I've got an audience of say 100, there's 100 people that have seen me do however many jobs. And that credibility is spread across 100 people over 20 days in 2 weeks. Sorry, 20 days in 4 weeks, because 5 days a week that I'm posting. So the credibility is building. And as the audience grows, the credibility grows, and then the trust. And as I learn, you'll see me learning, and the credibility will keep growing. So that was just a thought I had. And I have a bit of a thought that maybe if I keep this up for in the long term, say 5 years or so, the outcomes of all this content will become less about hot water leads and trying to get work and make connections in the industry, and more towards like, well, if a business that I create succeeds and starts making good money, then it'll sort of start tilting towards business advice. I'd predict that, but also, it could be a naive thought. We'll see. We can look back on this in 5 years and see where it ends up. What are we, 2026? Check back in 2031. We'll see. Engadine is the highest point on the ridge/plateau in that area. Yeah, same with Terry Hills. So Terry Hills has arse pressure, and it's one of the, I don't know if it's one of the highest points out in the northern beaches areas. You go down to Parramatta, Narrabeen. I don't know how I got that mixed up. You go down to Narrabeen from Terry Hills, the pressure is mental. It's like the water heaters are all leaking out their relief valves and stuff. Did you guys just happen to be on the live feed at the same time? Were you guys hanging out? Katie and Johnny. That's a question for the chat there. Okay. Apart from that, I think we ticked all the boxes. A little bit of screen with camera action. 14 subscribers. 35 videos. What's our live video count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. 17. Oh, I guess it's in the video number. Video 17. 35 videos. Yeah. Pretty happy with the subscribers going up, but it's not, I don't think that's a crucial metric. Subscriber count. Quality over quantity, eh? Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Nice to hear from friends there in the chat. And as always, anyone interested in reaching out or got any questions or want to have a chat, link up, contact me. I'm on all the social medias and got the website, allcityservices.com.au. All right, guys, have a good night.